How is everyone? You can wave at me. Okay. Already 99 messages. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's begin with dua. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما اللهم اهد قلبي وسدد لساني واسلل سخيمة قلبي آمين ثم آمين. Okay, I'm going to disable chat so we all can focus on learning dua, okay? Okay, inshallah, we are going to do dua number 14 today. Alhamdulillah. It's a very important dua because we all go through these phases, especially, when you're so lethargic, you feel you don't have any energy, or sometimes it can be physical and it can be mental or psychological also, that our morale is so down that we don't want to do anything. So inshallah, this dua will help you to overcome that. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasali. Okay, everyone, you can recite with me. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasali. Allahumma, O Allah, inni, verily or indeed I, a'udhu bika, I seek refuge in you, min, from, al-ajzi, inability, wa, and al-kasali, laziness. And this is in Sahih Muslim. Let's see the breakup of the dua. Allahumma is one word, O Allah. Inni has two words in it. One is inna and then ya. Remember ya and na? We studied hasbuna. So this is the singular form which is referring to I. So inna means indeed and ya means I. A'udhu bika, it has three particles in it. So a'udhu means I seek refuge. Be, in, and then ka is you, which is referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Min is a letter, it is a joining letter, which means from. Al-ajzi is one word, which means inability. Wa is a letter, meaning it's a joining letter, connecting letter. And al-kasali is one word, which means laziness. So here is the hadith from Anas, that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, O Allah, verily I seek refuge in you from inability and laziness and cowardice and senility and miserliness, and I seek refuge in you from the torment of grave and from the trials and tribulations of life and death. So this is in Sahih Muslim, and we are learning one part of this dua, so it's easy for you to memorize. So when we say al-ajzi, it has three meanings. Actually, al-ajz, when I was looking at the dictionary, it has so many meanings. I found 6 meanings of the word al-ajz in dictionary: incapability, weakness, inability, immobilize, being deficient in something, and growing old also. So when you are seeking protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that, oh Allah, please protect me, and when you say min al-ajzi, so you are asking all these things, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please protect me from being weak, from being unable to do my task, or having some kind of deficiency in me, and any incapability of doing things. Then al-kasal has 3 meanings, which I found in dictionary. One is laziness, idleness, and negligence. These 3 things are, you can say that they are harmful for our tasks of dunya and also for our task of deen. For example, if you have class and then, you have to go to school and then you're so lazy, I don't want to go, I don't feel like going, then what will happen? You will miss your school, you will miss a lot of work, and then, you will be behind in so many things. Similarly, sometimes it's time to pray, and your mother or your father says, okay, it's time to pray, and then you are like, I'm so sleepy, I'm so tired, I don't want to pray. So these kinds of feelings, inshallah, if you keep making this dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you energy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you courage to overcome these weaknesses. So let's read it one more time. Allahumma, O Allah, inni, indeed I, al-a'udhu bika, I seek refuge in you, min al-ajzi, from inability, wa and al-kasali, from laziness. Okay? Okay, I can see today you have artwork too, mashallah, very good. Okay. I'm just checking who has asked only once, so I will give chance to those students. Samiha. Okay, Samiha. I think you read yesterday too, but it's okay. Yes, Samiha?
Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altu sahlan.
Oh,
Oh Allah, there is nothing.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
Allah, there is nothing that is easy except that you made it easy.
Very good. Can you read the new one?
Okay. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal ajzi wal kasali. Oh Allah, indeed I seek refuge in you from inability and from laziness.
Okay, very good. Barakallah feek. Okay, let me take some randomly, inshallah. Okay. Saadi Imran.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasal. Oh Allah, indeed I seek from inability and from laziness.
What have you understood from this dua? Is it important?
Yes, it's important.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? What are we asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dua?
We're asking him if you're lazy or if you aren't able to do something, we can inshallah.
Okay, very good. Excellent answer. You are Sadia or it's your mom?
It's my mom's name. I'm Mahnur.
You are?
Mahnur.
Mahnur. Okay, mashallah. Allah Mubarak. Yes, Maryam Ali?
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasal. O Allah, indeed I seek refuge in you from inability and from laziness.
Very good. Why are you moving? You don't have to move when you are reciting, okay? Can you say it one more time without moving?
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasal.
Very good. Barakallah fiki, Maryam. Good job. Mustafa Khan?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasal. O Allah, indeed I seek refuge in you from inability and from laziness.
Excellent, Mustafa. Good boy. Are you Mustafa?
No, I'm not Mustafa. That's my brother. I'm Muhammad Ahmad Khan.
Muhammad Ahmad. Okay, barakallah feek. Okay, Hawa?
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasal. O Allah, indeed I seek refuge in you from inability and from laziness.
Very good. Excellent. Okay, Hadia, Molvi?
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasali.
Very good. Good job. You can try one more time. Min al-ajzi.
Min al-ajzi.
Yes. Wal kasal.
الأجل
Yes.
وك
There is similarly like, we have the letter J in English. So the word Jeem has the same sound. Aj. Ajzi. Try one more time.
من الأجز
Excellent. Okay. Al-Kasali.
الكسل.
Good job. Read the translation.
Oh Allah, indeed I seek refuge in you from inability and from laziness.
Okay, very good. Let me see the other one. Okay. You can read from this. So I think you are familiar with this. So inshallah. Alina, Samiullah.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-aksali.
Wal-Kasali.
Wal-kasali.
Good.
Oh, verily I seek refuge in you from inability and laziness.
Excellent. Good job. Okay. Zara.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasali. O Allah, verily I seek refuge in you from inability and laziness.
Excellent. Where is your sister today?
She's at the park.
Okay. Are you in UK?
I'm in Bermuda.
Okay. Where is it? Which country is it?
It's a small island.
Oh, okay, mashallah. Allah Mubarak. Sorry?
In the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, mashallah. Allah Mubarak. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep everyone in his protection. Okay, Abdul Rahman.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasali.
Very good.
Verily, I seek refuge in you from inability and laziness.
Excellent. Okay, Sania and Sana.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasali. Oh Allah, verily I seek refuge in you from inability and laziness.
MashaAllah, very good. Okay, let's revise the du'as we have already done. So, it's easy for you to remember them also. Okay, let me take someone. Umayma Mukarram.
Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla. Oh Allah, there is nothing that is easy except that you made it easy.
Excellent. Good job. Okay. Sharmeen Kayani.
She said,
Sharmeen.
Allahumma alhul
La sahla.
ahla illa ma ja'altuhu sahul.
Okay, you can read it with me. I know it's a little new words for you. Allahumma
Allahumma
la
la
sahla
sahla
illa
illa
ma
ma
ja'altahu
jaltahu
sahla.
sahla.
Excellent. Good girl, mashallah. Barakallah feek. Mahanur. Yes, Mahanur. I unmuted you, Mahanur. Pink scarf.
Allahumma ala
La sahla
sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahlan.
Very good. Translation?
Oh Allah, there is nothing that is easy except that you made it easy.
Very good. Okay, like Sister Mariam said the other day that, if the Arabic words are a little difficult for you till you practice them, you can also make these du'as just by reading the translation. Okay, so whichever way is easy for you. Because it's the month of Ramadan, and Ramadan is also called the month of dua. Duas are accepted, especially at Sahur and Iftar. So if you have made your dua album, just keep it with you, and whichever you can read easily in Arabic, read them in Arabic. Those you are struggling in Arabic, read them in translation. Read the translation, okay? Okay, my dear students, Jazakumullah khairan kaseera. MashaAllah, you all are awesome. Alhamdulillah, our dear sister Mariam is here. So we will begin our tafsir class, and Alhamdulillah, today we are going to do juz number 17. Okay, Sister Mariam, please take mic. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for teaching us amazing du'as. How's everyone doing? Are you guys excited about the art activity today? It is going to be really, really fun. And inshallah, you will enjoy it. If you haven't checked the materials yet, you can inshallah, Sister Vidad is going to give you some time to inshallah grab them. So don't worry about that. So just get ready. We did not complete our Surah Taha yesterday. So we're going to do a bit about it. And then we're going to move on and talk about today's juz as well. So I want all of you to keep your notepads ready because there is so much to jot down. And alhamdulillah, you know, the way we are moving forward, we will have more surahs coming up now. So we should be in the mode of writing more notes. We should be in the mode of collecting more gems, inshallah, from all of these all of these surahs and all of these classes, so that after the Ramadan is over, we have something, inshallah, to build on and also to work on. All right? Yes or no? Okay, we're going to use yes, no buttons, no chat, inshallah, for now, till I have a question. If I have a question, I will open the chat for you. So yeah, stay around, and no raising hands yet, not yet, right? If I ask you, then inshallah, you raise your hand as well. So let's begin. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين. May Allah give us the correct understanding of our deen. What does Taha mean? There are many different understandings, but the correct meaning is that we don't know the meaning of the word or letters Taha. So these are actually two letters. We don't know the meaning of them. Some people claim that it is the name of someone special, but we don't have a proof for that, so we should not even say that. All right, so let's move on. Some cool facts about this surah. Again, it's a Makki surah. The message of the Qur'an will succeed. This is what we learn from this surah, that the truth will prevail. Message of Qur'an will be the successful one. So if we know that something is going to be successful, we should stick to that. That is a common sense thing to do, isn't it? And also in this, we will learn about two major stories. Story of Musa is in detail, but Adam alayhi salam's story is also mentioned in this surah. Also, we learn about the incident of worship of Kaf from Bani Israel, the people of Musa, and also the Samiri guy, the one who made the Kaf, or turned the gold and ornaments into a Kaf to worship. So he's also mentioned in this surah. So if you want to learn about them more, you can maybe go over the translation after class. All right? Okay. And also we learn about Salah in this surah, that if you want to learn patience and if you want to learn forbearance, then you should pray. And inshallah, someday we can talk about it in detail in class as well, but let's move on. Something I really want you to focus on about this surah is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right in the beginning of this surah tells us that He did not send down the Qur'an so that you are distressed. Subhanallah. So Taha, we have not sent down to you the Qur'an that you be distressed. So if for some reason studying Qur'an or going to Qur'an classes is making you distressed, it means you're not understanding the purpose, or maybe you're not getting the point, or there is some problem. You have to fix it, because Qur'an classes should make you happy. Learning Qur'an should make you happy. Understanding Qur'an should give you joy. It should not distress you. This is not why Qur'an was revealed. It is a gift from Allah. It should not cause you stress. Okay, now let me give you an example. Why could it become a reason of stress for some people? So let's say, okay, I want all of you to imagine this. So you're not raising hand at this point. I'm not asking you a question, just think. So the question is, so let's say you just received a news, right? Or you just heard the news that there's a new law in the country, all right? There's a new law in the country, and the new law is very good for the citizens. It is about, don't kill people and stuff like that, and don't keep weapons and whatnot. It should make you happy, isn't it? Yes or no? A new law which is good for the citizens of the country, should it make you happy or not? It will make you happy, right? But it won't make some people happy. The ones who are criminal type, they won't be happy. Am I right? They won't be happy. The criminals won't be happy. Why? Because they won't be able to do the wrong things. They won't be able to keep the weapons. So they would have problem. But the rest of the people, they'd be happy. Make sense? So Quran, if it's making you sad, it's not a good thing, because it seems like maybe we are the criminal minded people. We are the ones who don't want to implement. We are the ones who don't want to do anything good. We want people to suffer. We want people to get harmed, or we want to live without any rules and regulations and without any discipline. So that is something to inshallah ponder upon. Later you can think about it in your life. So what is one thing we learn from this verse? The second verse of Surah Taha, Quran should make us happy. And what do you guys think about Quran classes in Ramadan? Are they making you happy? Are you looking forward to them? Is it fun? Yes or no? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. That is such a good sign. So it's a sign of a believer. It's a sign of a good heart. If you're not happy, it's a problem. You need to work on it. And again, remember, it's not about the Quran. It's about how your heart is. Remember the other day we talked about that, there are two types of soil. Seed can be same, water can be same, sunlight can be same, but the result depends on the soil. So if your heart is happy, your heart is a soft and good one. If your heart is not happy, your heart still needs to work on softness. It is possible that our hearts are hard already because, Shaitan was after us for all of these years. And maybe if we did not spend time with the Quran, Shaitan did his job beautifully and he made it very hard for us to take anything inside or become a better person. And we sometimes think we already are very good. We already are very nice. We already are very righteous. We already know so much. So that is Shaitan making you think that way. That is not how a believer thinks. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the third ayah of Surah Taha, except it's a reminder for the people who fear Allah. So only the people who are going to benefit from the Quran are the people who fear Allah. What kind of fear is this? It's not a scary type of fear, remember that. Whenever we think about fear, we think maybe it's like something very scary or something we cannot face, something which is very distressful. No, it's not. Because subhanAllah, Arabic is very rich. Arabic is a great language. When we translate it into English, English doesn't really give the haqq of it, the right of it. So English kind of turns it into something which is like negative, but it's not a negative emotion. Khashya of Allah is not a negative emotion. It's a very positive emotion. So let me explain it with the help of an example. So let's say you love someone so much, you respect someone so much, and you don't want that person to hate you. And you don't want that person to know that you have done something wrong. It happens, right? That there are some people in your family, you respect them so much, but they don't live with you. So they don't really know your true colors, right? So they don't really know you so well. That maybe at home you sometimes lose temper. Maybe at home you're not always a nice kid. Maybe at home you do some things wrong as well. And your siblings, they know your weak point. They know that you love that person so much who doesn't live with you, that uncle, that aunt, that grandfather, that grandmother, and you don't want them to know that you have some, you can say, low times in your life as well. You have some bad habits as well, but you don't want them to know. And this is your right, that you don't want them to know because you love them. But your sibling, they're a bit naughty. So next time your uncle, aunt, or that person you love the most or respect the most comes, they tell them, how would you feel? You'd be scared of that, right? You won't want that. It's not that you hate your grandpa or you hate them. No, you don't. It's not that you're scared of them. No. It's just respect. You don't want them to think bad about you. So similarly, we don't want Allah to think bad about us. This is the fear of Allah we have. We love Him. He created us. He has given us everything. How can we be scared of Him? We're not scared of Him. We just fear that, He won't like us. We're just afraid that, if He won't like us, He will question us. Why did you do that? You knew everything. You were a good kid. Why did you do that wrong thing? So we're afraid of accountability part. We're afraid of facing Allah, that, how will I face Him? He did so much for me and I could not even stay good for a little while. I could not even be a good kid for a little while. And also the fear of hellfire, because we don't want to end up there, right? So fear of Allah is a very positive thing because it leads to all of these fears, and these fears stop us from doing anything wrong. When we have these fears, we don't want to do anything wrong because we don't want to have embarrassment on the day of judgment. We don't want to be embarrassed in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We also don't want to be in hellfire with evil people, with criminals, because we are not criminals, alhamdulillah, right? And there is another verse which is good for everyone in this world. Surah Taha, ayah number 124 and 125. Two verses. And whoever turns away from my remembrance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, indeed he will have a depressed life, and we will gather him on the day of resurrection blind. So whoever turns away from Allah's zikr. First, let's see what is Allah's zikr. Allah's zikr in this ayah is referring to remembrance of Allah, like when we remember him. We talked about that the other day, so I'm not going to go in detail. And Qur'an. So whoever turns away from Allah's remembrance, like talking to him, sharing everything with him, making du'as to him, asking him for help, so that part, and also turning away from the Qur'an. So how? By not believing in the Qur'an, by not learning the Qur'an, and by not living according to the Qur'an. This is turning away from the Qur'an. When we do that, what happens? Our life becomes depressed. It is as if we are stuck. It is as if life is too hard. We are in some type of confinement. We are in some type of jail. And there is something which is mentioned towards the end of the ayah. It's like double punishment is mentioned. Not only the life is going to be hard, but also the grave is going to be constricted. And these people, they be raised on the day of judgment. A'ma. A'ma means blind. They were not blind in this world, but they did not use their eyes to read the Qur'an, to understand the Qur'an, to live according to Qur'an. So they be raised blind, and they be so like amazed, or you can say they'll be surprised, and they will ask Allah, my Lord, why have you raised me blind while I was once seeing? Like I used to see in the world, I was all good, but why did you raise me blind today? And do you know the answer? Answer is going to shake you. The answer is in ayah number 126. Allah will say, thus did our verses come to you. Our verses came to you in dunya, and you had eyes, but you forgot them. Thus you will be forgotten this day. So you won't be remembered either. So in dunya, you came across the verses, you took a Quran course, you knew what was right and you knew what was wrong, but then you left everything and you became a different person. You forgot about your deen, and then Allah will forget such a person. And why do we forget the deen? Why do we forget the good teachings? Why do we forget good things? Because, we like dunya so much. We like the entertainment of this world, the material things of this world, the money of this world, and we get attracted to non-mahrams, and we get, and our hearts get hard. So if we live like this, and if we forget about our salah, we don't pray, we don't recite Quran, we don't do anything right, then on the day of judgment, we will be forgotten. Is it something scary? Yes. How can we fix it? Is it something scary? Do you want to be forgotten on the day of judgment? Ignored? Abandoned? Allah won't even care about you? Do you like that? No. We want Allah to care about us. We want Allah to welcome us and grant us Jannah. And there's a hadith which is very similar to these ayat. And inshallah, you can share this with your parents and they're going to really, really benefit from it. So let's see. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it's hadith Qudsi, O son of Adam, busy yourself with my worship, and I will fill your heart with riches, and I will remove your poverty. So you will become financially rich, like literally with money and stuff. And at the same time, your heart will also be rich. What does that mean? You will be happy. You won't be depressed. Your heart won't be constricted. By doing what? Just busy yourself in Allah's worship. Like don't forget your 5 prayers. Don't forget that you have to go for Hajj if you have the means. Don't forget to do the right things. Don't forget to give the rights of the people. That's all worship of Allah. If you're going to do that, then Allah will make you rich. But if you do not do so, I will fill your hands with problems and never alleviate your poverty. Your poverty will stay. And subhanAllah, there are people, they're running after dunya so much. And because of that, they say, okay, sorry, I cannot go to Jummah prayer because, I have work. And, I don't want my boss to dislike me, so I will still miss my Jummah prayer. And then there are some people, they, sell haram stuff in their stores because they think they will have more customers like that. So what are they doing? They are not worshipping Allah by disobeying Him. So what will happen? Such people, even after sacrificing their deen, even after sacrificing their worship time and their good, you can say sacrificing their good values, they still are suffering. They're still sad. They're still worrying about more money, more money. They still are not able to pay their bills. Even if they're able to pay their bills, they're not happy. Their heart is not at ease. Why is this problem? Remember the example of the fuel and the heart? Fuel, car, tank, heart. Yeah, remember that. That's exactly what we're talking about here. Okay, Juz 17, beautiful Juz, only 2 surahs. Surah Al-Anbiya and Surah Al-Hajj. Surah Al-Anbiya, by the name of it, we know what it means, but let me ask you. What does Al-Anbiya mean? I'm going to clear all hands. I'm going to ask a few of you. Okay, now today we have Sister Sabah Huda. Sabah Huda, what does it mean?
It means the prophets.
Perfect. You can mute yourself. Allahumma barik. Alhamdulillah. Yes, so Al-Anbiya means prophet. Prophets, not one, but many, because Nabi is one, Anbiya are many. So why do we call this surah prophets? You can guess, because there are so many prophets mentioned in this surah. There are actually 16 prophets who are mentioned in this surah, directly and indirectly, altogether. Some ones are just mentioned without their names, but their stories are mentioned, but others are mentioned by name. Okay? So altogether, 16 prophets are mentioned. And also we learn from this surah that righteous people, they will inherit Jannah. And inshallah, we're going to talk about inheritance tomorrow in Juz 18. So if you also want to inherit Jannah with righteous people and with prophets, then inshallah, be here on time tomorrow, because the first 10 verses are about the people who will inherit Jannatul Firdaus, the best Jannah. All right, so the first ayah of Surah Al-Anbiya is the time of their account has approached for the people. The time is near. It's time for giving the accountability while they are in heedlessness, turning away. Because subhanAllah, the more we grow older, the more we are growing closer to our death. And then, of course, when we will die, they will be questioning, we will be asked. So what do we learn from this verse? That was verse number 1. That death is near, it's coming soon. So we should prepare for it. We should not be scared of it, because it's a phase of life. Everyone will go through it. Do you get scared of, going from one grade to grade 2, grade 1 to grade 2? Are you scared of doing that? No, you're happy about it, isn't it? And when you move on from middle school to high school, it's a bit intimidating, but it's still something exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. But okay, yes, I'm going to go to high school. And from high school to university, yeah, you are sort of worried what will happen, but you're still happy. It's a happy feeling. It's something people celebrate. It's something people enjoy. So similarly, death is also part of life. Without death, there's no life. You know what I mean? So if there's no death, how would we know what life is? And everyone goes through death. And everyone will be raised. So something not to scare off, just prepare for it. Similarly, the way you prepare for your university, when you're graduating high school, you prepare for it, right? That, okay, what kind of bag I should have, what kind of books should I get, which, which gadget should I have, because for university, you don't really need maybe notebooks anymore. And depends on your major, maybe you would need some other tools, some softwares and whatnot, right? SubhanAllah. So you prepare for it. So similarly, for our death, we should prepare for it. Don't be scared, but be prepared. But if you're going to be heedless, if you won't prepare, you will be a bit scared on that day because you're not ready. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in this ayah, that people, they know that death is coming, yet they're heedless. They're too busy killing their time. They're too busy killing their time. But we need to remember, it's not us who kill time, it's the time who's killing us. Because we can't kill time. Time passes by. We are growing older. Time is time, subhanAllah. So let me give you an example to understand this better. So let's say someone tells you, you have an exam on the 10th, right? So 10th is coming up, right? 10th of May. So let's say your exam is coming up on the 10th of May, and you just have these days to prepare. And instead of preparing for the exam, you go out for movies and you call your friends up and you discuss every random thing. And then you also, just sleep through entire day. And then when you wake up, you're like, okay, how about I just go cook and eat something? Would you do that? Would you do that? You have exam on the 10th and you're just killing your time. Would you do that? If you do that, there's some kids that still do that, which is very sad. If they do that, what will happen? Are you going to pass the exam? Are you going to pass the exam? No. Because exam is exam and you don't even know the questions. So how can you pass? And you haven't studied and you were killing your time. So this is exactly what a lot of people are doing in this world. They are heedless. Exam date is out. They know it's approaching, but they're like, okay, I still have an hour. I still have half an hour. I still have 5 minutes. I can quickly review it. The people who delay till last moment, what happens to them? They make silly mistakes. The people who are well prepared, they don't make silly mistakes because, they have absorbed all the course content. It's not hard for them anymore because they know it very well. The people who just wait for the last minute and they say, I'm very smart, I will do well towards the end, they are actually not smart, because smartness would be that you give it the due time so that you can absorb the material, and it's not for the short-term memory. You should have it in your long-term memory, and it's not easy to push the content in long-term memory if you do it just an hour before your exam, or if you just review it one night before exam. Some people delay their assignments as well. Assignment is due next day, and then they're going to delay till the night comes, and they're like now rushing through it. They could have done far better in their assignment. They could have done far better in their final project, but because they were just delaying it, they were just heedless, they didn't bother, they didn't care about it, they did not take it seriously, so they suffered. Similarly, people in this world, they're sent for an exam, but they're not preparing for it. They're wasting their time. And sometimes we wonder, they're wasting their time, still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not punishing them. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not punishing us here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us time to prove ourselves. It is the time to give exam, not to get results. Results will be in the hereafter, right? So what is this ghafla which is mentioned in verse number 1 in Surah Al-Anbiya? So let's understand this. Heedlessness is the translation of the word ghafla. Write it down. Ghafla is heedlessness in English. Ghafla is an Arabic term. So what does it mean? When we neglect our duties to Allah. So we know it's time to pray, but we're like lying down like a lazy person, very lazy person. We're like, oh my God, I can't walk because I'm fasting. It's hard for me. No, that's not right. Just pray and come back and sleep. You can also sleep, no problem. But don't delay your salah. Don't neglect your duties to Allah. Some people, they don't even fast. Oh, I have exams coming up. And they're old enough to fast. They say, I have exam, I cannot fast. You know what? When I was in, I think it was high school or something. Yeah, when I was in high school, there was a girl who was a Muslim. And she would not fast. And I would ask her, like, why are you not fasting? And she would say, because, I feel hungry when I fast. And it's hard for me to study. Like, is it a good excuse? Tell me. Is it a good excuse that I feel hungry? Everyone feels hungry. Come on. It's not that we are robots and we don't feel hungry. Everyone feels hungry when they fast. It's a normal thing. It's not something, that you can leave fast for. Fasting is mandatory after a certain age, right? It depends. So like when you're in your teens, you can inshallah ask your parents if you're ready to fast or not, and they will tell you, inshallah, because everyone's different. We come from different backgrounds, our bodies are different, so we mature differently. So that's why I cannot give you a set age. Someone was asking about the age, so I cannot give you a set age, but inshallah, your parents can tell you. So when we neglect our duties, we are heedless. When we forget the death, we are heedless. You know, many people, they say, don't talk about death. Oh my God, astaghfirullah, so scary. Well, why not? It's just like saying, don't talk about exam date. Please don't talk about exam date. That is silly. We should talk about it so that we can prepare for it. If you're not going to talk about it, if your teacher says, no, my students are going to be so scared, I'm not going to tell them about exam date. And then exam comes, what will happen to you? You're going to hate your teacher, isn't it? The teacher never told you because teacher cared about you so much, teacher loved you so much, and teacher made you suffer because exam came and you were not even ready. So that's not a smart thing to do. It's a very silly way to go about it. Smart way would be to tell you, okay, exam is coming up, we know it's hard, but inshallah we're going to prepare. I'm going to tell you how to prepare for it. I'm going to give you the tips. These are the subject matters. These are the things we have to focus on. And then inshallah you will pass. This is how to go about it. So death is not something to dread. Death is something to look forward to. Because inshallah in Juz 29, you're going to learn about, or also in Juz 30, that how beautiful will be the death for the Muslims, good Muslims, believing Muslims, the true Muslims, the real Muslims, inshallah. So may Allah make us among them. So it won't be something scary, it will be the best experience ever, inshallah. And some people, they don't want to think about akhirah. They say, oh, you're talking about, you're very negative. Whenever we talk about some people and they're religious and they talk about, like especially imams, poor things, when they talk about afterlife and when they talk about hereafter, the crowd, they say, oh, you're talking about hereafter, it's very negative, it's very sad, you're always talking about something scary. Well, it's not scary, it's your future. How is your future scary? Do we ever think like that for dunya? Think about it. If I tell you, now pay attention. If I tell you that, after 10 years, you can be either a doctor or you can be either, like you can say a cleaner for a company. So is it something, so should you tell me, don't say this, you're very negative. No, you should actually ask me, okay, how will I become a doctor? What do I do now? Or what will I do wrong to become someone who has no education? So I have no skill. So I will have to end up doing something, which requires no skill, right? Or a homeless person, or a jobless person, or person who is on, like some type of relief fund from the government. So we don't want to be that person on the relief fund from the government. We should be the person supporting the government by giving taxes so that the country can run and flourish because of our effort as well. So our share should be in the country we live in. This is how we roll. This is how Muslims should be. We should contribute so that we are part of the society and we are a beneficial part of the community and our country, inshallah. So not thinking about your future is a dumb thing. Not thinking about, the very important phase of your life, which is death, because after that, the real life begins. So thinking about that is very important. If we don't do that, then we are heedless. And heedlessness is a disease. And it is something we need to pull ourselves out of it, because we can't stay lazy for life. It's going to ruin us. And let's do the root cause analysis. That why do we become lazy? Why? Okay, think about it. Let's think about the dunya example first, so it will be easy for you to relate. When do you not think about your future in this world? When do you not think about becoming someone who is going to be beneficial person of the community or the country? Let me ask you. Okay, I think some of you have the answers. I'm going to give you the mic. MashaAllah, very, very fast. Some of you are really fast. Okay, I'm going to take Brother Abdurrahman Mahbub first.
So, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So, we don't think about our future when we're like really young, because like we're just starting our life, and like Or we're like when we're really young, we don't think about what we're gonna do later on.
Okay, but you know, some kids also have plans already, right? So those are smart kids, isn't it? Like they already have their life sorted out. This, you know, sometimes they have some goals, right? So it's a good thing to have some goals. So good answer. Let's see if we have some different answers from other students. Barakallah feek. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on it. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to take Brother Waleed Raza.
Um, Another reason is that shaitan. Uh, Another reason is that shaitan, he makes us lazy. He starts saying, don't do this, you just go to sleep instead of praying Fajr, because people, and he makes them very lazy because, he doesn't want us to do good deeds.
Okay, good, mashallah. So you're thinking about future afterlife, which is good, good. So let me repeat the question again, right? So that was good, Brother Waleed, alhamdulillah, barakallah fi. But let me ask you the question again, and I want some different answers. So yeah, Brother Abdurrahman's answer was good. Brother Waleed's answer was good, but we want a different one. If you have a different one, then raise your hand. Sister Minha, the question was, when do we not think about our future in this world? Future of this world. Sister Minha, you have the answer? Sister Minha, Sheikh. If you don't have the answer, then don't raise your hands. Ibrahim Mushtaq? Yes, Sister Minha, go ahead. Yes.
It's like when we're doing good in our life, we kind of forget and become arrogant.
When we are doing what in our life?
Like when we're like doing good in our life, when we're becoming successful in dunya, we sort of forget and
Exactly.
become arrogant.
Yes, exactly. Good, good. So still answers are to do with afterlife, which is very good. I'm really happy. I think you guys are all tuned in for akhirah, which is beautiful. I don't even have to bring you back to dunya. Okay, I will just take one more student and then we'll move on. Ibrahim Mushtaq, if you're there, you can take the mic. Ibrahim, you're not there? Okay, it's fine. So don't raise your hand if you don't have your mic and if you don't have the answer. Okay, Sister Zahra Faisal, you have the answer? Sister Zahra Faisal?
Yes.
Go ahead.
When you sleep.
Exactly. Very good. Barakallah feek. That's a beautiful answer for your young age. Alhamdulillah. Well done. All right. So yes. So sometimes we are just lazy. That's why we don't think about our future, because we are like, okay, I'd rather rest. I'd rather enjoy. I'd rather eat. I'd rather not worry about what will happen tomorrow. So there are some kids like that in your school as well, right? They don't worry about grades. They don't worry about anything in future. What happens to them? Do they become successful people in the society? No, they're the dropouts. They're the dropouts because they were just too relaxed. Similar is the case with us. So we also do become lazy and heedless, and there are some symptoms. And then, subhanAllah, the sad part is it is contagious. Heedlessness is contagious. If we have friends who are lazy, we become lazy. If we have friends, if we have friends with no direction, we also have no direction. If our friends are not sure about their future, if you ask them, what do you want to become tomorrow? They're like, I don't know, I'm still thinking. Then of course, like, you're going to become like them. You're going to say the same thing. Oh, sorry, I also don't know, I'm still thinking. Well, how long are you going to think for? You have to have something, laid out for you so that you can study accordingly. And let's say you want to go in science, then you should pay attention to science. You should study more about science if you're going to, if you want to do something more in science in future. Let's say you want to do more in computers in future, then okay, read more books about computer, learn some coding languages, right? Some programming languages and stuff like that. Otherwise, you're just going to waste your life in heedlessness, even in this dunya. So let's just go back and think about akhirah now. So if we have some friends who are lazy about afterlife, they don't pray on time, they don't bother about Qur'an classes, they don't really care about their parents, they're rude at home because they don't really worry about the future. They forget that making their parents sad is a sin, and they eat haram as well, and they use dirty words, and they watch dirty things and they listen to dirty stuff and they say dirty stuff because it's like garbage in, garbage out. If you're going to listen to something dirty, dirty stuff is going to come out of your mouth. If you're going to watch something with a lot of swear words, it is not possible that you don't utter them one day. Sometimes people say, no, I'm really good at it. I keep listening to all of this garbage, but nothing comes out of your mouth. Nothing comes out of my mouth. But it is not possible. A time will come when you are like, you can say, annoyed by someone so much or irritated by someone so much, you will say something nasty. Happens to you, right? Sometimes we think we are good enough. We will never say wrong things. We're just listening to them, but we'll never say wrong things. But when time gets tough on us, when someone bothers us so much, or something or some situation makes it very hard for us, we utter the wrong words. So it is contagious. So stay away from anything which is wrong. So the question is, I am a Muslim. Can I also become heedless sometimes? So the thing is, yes, even a believer can become sometimes sick and sometimes stays healthy. So heedlessness is a sickness, is a disease. So sometimes we do get lazy, sometimes we do become heedless, sometimes we do get attracted by the entertainment and the temptation of this world, but then we pull ourselves back, right? And then we say, no, I cannot do that. I cannot waste my life like this. So we come out of it. So sometimes if you feel that you're lazy, don't think you're a disbeliever. It's okay, it's normal, but we have to come out of it. It's just like any disease. So when you get flu, when you get some type of disease, some symptoms, what do? You take precaution, right, for future, and you also take medication. And if it gets worse, you go to the doctor. So similarly, when you feel that you're becoming lazy and you don't feel like doing any good deed and nothing motivates you to be a better Muslim, then it is heedlessness. Nothing else but heedlessness. It's a disease. So how are we going to treat it? We're going to treat it with the medicine of Qur'an. And if we have to go to the doctor, then we can, inshallah, meet someone who has the knowledge of the deen and ask them, what do? I feel like this. And they may give you tips. They will help you, inshallah. Similarly, the way doctor does it. So if we stay away from the medicine, we're going to stay sick. So this is our medicine. Qur'an is our medicine. And the cause is, if we stay away from Qur'an for too long, we will become heedless. And the cure for this disease, one was, there are different types of medication. So the main one, and you can say vaccine is Qur'an, but there are other, medicines, tablets, and gel caps and whatnot. So what are they? So we call them anti-ghafla action plan, right? So what do we need to do? First thing, get the vaccine. So get vaccinated with Qur'an. So stay connected with the Qur'an, inshallah. Second is, know the reason of your creation. You should know why Allah created you. What is the purpose of your life? Not just our life, but your life. You should know the answer. If someone asks you, what is the purpose of your life? You should have a solid answer. So I'm going to give you this thought to ponder upon after class. Write it down. What is the purpose of my life? Like, what do I want to achieve from my life? Not about Muslims' life altogether. No, your life. And it may have different answers. It may have 2-3 answers, but that's good. Think about it and write down, because you should be clear about it. And inshallah, we're going to build on it once we reach Surah Al-Zariyat, inshallah. But you have to do this project on your own today. Next is, remove yourself from anyone who is bringing you to the state of ghafla. So if you notice that when you are in the company of this friend of yours or that friend of yours, and that person makes you neglectful, and in that person's company, you forget about your salah, your prayer, you forget about your Quran class, you forget about anything good, you forget about what's right and what's wrong, then stay away from that person. Even if you love that person so much, doesn't matter. That person is draining you. That person is taking you away from health, taking you to sickness again. And you don't want to do that. It's just like that person is giving you the virus. And repent for what you have done before in disobedience of Allah. So let's say you have uttered the curse words before. Maybe you have typed the curse words to some people online, somewhere on YouTube, here and there. Maybe you had a fake ID, and with that you were saying wrong, nasty stuff to people, and you thought no one knows. But who knows? Allah knows. So you're not safe, right? So you have to ask Allah to forgive you, and Allah will forgive you. Allah is very, very merciful. And fear Allah no matter where you are. And remember the good fear, right? Respectful fear that, I don't want Allah to watch me while I'm doing this dirty stuff. I don't want Allah to look at me when I'm doing this wrong thing, this bad action. And this is a case study, all right? So let's say this is a girl, her name is Fatima, and Fatima is sitting, and her mother tells her it's time for Salah. She keeps sitting there, and her siblings tell her that let's go to the Qur'an class, it's time for Qur'an class. So the question is she, the question is she healthy or not? Is she healthy? Yes or no? Is she healthy? No. What kind of disease does she have? What kind of disease is it? Samreen Ali? Samreen Ali? I can't hear you. Samreen?
Maybe she's ignorant.
Louder?
Maybe she's ignorant or she's deaf.
Yeah, heedlessness, right? This is the disease we're talking about. Yeah, so the first answer was the right one, right, is the good one, neglectful. So this is what a lot of Muslims do. They hear the adhan, they still don't go to the masjid. They know that they have to go for Hajj once in a lifetime. They have a lot of money, they still don't go. It's heedlessness. They know it's time to wake up for tahajjud, and they sometimes they're already up, they're watching some movie at that time, but they don't stop the movie, pause it, and go and pray something. So this is heedlessness. So may Allah save us from that. And then let's move on. And another example would be, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentions in the second verse, no mention comes to such people from their Lord except that they listen to it while they are at play. So they listen to the Qur'an, but they don't take it seriously. So they know what's right, they know what's wrong. They know what are they supposed to do in order to have a good future, but they still neglect it. So they read in the Qur'an, it's wrong to involve in some kind of activities, to drink alcohol, to eat haram stuff, or to go to dance parties and stuff like that, or to deal with interest. They still do it. So this is ghafla. Knowing it, still not benefiting from it. Their hearts are distracted. So they listen, they kind of know, but their hearts are distracted. Why are they distracted? Because they are worried about many other things in their life. They want to have vacation, they're planning to buy a haram house on mortgage. They are thinking to eat some food all the time, even halal, but a lot of food all the time, worried about food, restaurants, and this and that. So their heart is not focused on the Qur'an. They're too divided. And from this surah, we learn about two different end results, because remember we talked about there's so many prophets mentioned in this surah. So we learned that prophets and the believers, they were saved, and anyone who rejected the message, anyone who crossed the limits, they were destroyed. So may Allah save us from that, and may Allah save us from ghafla as well, negligence. And subhanAllah, how can we be neglected from the Quran? It comes in ayah number 10. We have certainly sent down to you a book in which is your mention. Subhanallah. It's the book in which there is your mention. What does that mean? It is something very beautiful. It means that Quran has recipe of success for you. Quran mentions you because you are al-insan. You're a human being. Quran is for you. So then will you not use reason? Then will you not use your aql? Then will you not think about it? Then will you not ponder about it? Okay, let me ask you a question. If someone tells you that you were mentioned in a newspaper, what would you do? You will go buy that newspaper, isn't it? If someone tells you that you were mentioned and your picture was posted on a Facebook site or a Facebook page, would you go find it? Yes. You want to know what's there, right? You want to read about it. Are people talking about you in a good way or a negative way, right? We get curious. If your name is mentioned somewhere, you want to know about it. If you are mentioned on a Facebook page, you want to go and find out about it. If your name is posted somewhere on the wall, you want to go read about it. Yes or no? It is, right? Because we want to know. It's like it's our right to know what's there. Subhanallah. So Quran is all about us, but we don't even go bother to open it and read how to become better. Also, when we study Quran, Quran gives us, those pointers to check ourselves. That am I a good Muslim? Do I fit in this category or not? Am I from mu'mineen or am I from musrifeen? Am I from muhsineen or am I from zalimeen? We have done these terms already, right? So, alhamdulillah, this is how we check ourselves. So this is how we are mentioned in the Quran. Our qualities are mentioned. So we need to check, do we fit in good qualities or do we fit in bad qualities? So may Allah make us better. So if you notice, it is possible that we notice that we are fitting in bad qualities more than the good. Then inshallah, we need to change it. And next time when we study Quran, by that time we should have improved a lot, that we can find ourselves under good people's category, inshallah. Surah Al-Hajj. Surah Al-Hajj, what does Al-Hajj mean? You all know, right? So Al-Hajj means Al-Hajj, the journey, which is called the major pilgrimage, which all Muslims who are able to afford it financially and all able who are physically able to go, they have their legs working, they have everything going smooth for them, and they have money, then they should go. They should not delay it. They should not wait for some ideal time. Sadly, I don't know how people got it, but sadly people think they should do Hajj when they're old. Hajj gets hard when you get old. Traveling becomes hard when you get old, isn't it? It's hard for you to even walk around at your place. How are you imagining or planning to go for Hajj when you are old? This doesn't make sense. So you should do Hajj the moment you get rich. So let's say, like you are very young at this point, but let's say you get your job, or some of you are already working, so alhamdulillah. So if you have your job and if you have saved up enough money to go for Hajj, whenever Hajj opens up for you, inshallah in 2020, but if it doesn't open up for people from outside, then inshallah have a plan, go in 2021 for sure. That should be your first thing on your list. And again, it is mandatory on you when you are rich enough. It's not that you borrow money and go, because then it's not mandatory on you. If you're rich enough to afford a Hajj, then go for Hajj. If you're not rich, then you don't have to take a loan to go for Hajj. Remember that, because that is not mandatory. It will only be mandatory when you can afford it yourself, not from your parents' money, not from your siblings' money, not from your wife's money, not from your husband's money, your own money, all right? But if your husband or your parents want to gift Hajj to you as a gift, that's a different story. But still, the moment you become rich afterwards, that is your time to do Hajj. Even if you have done 10 Hajjs before, when you were not rich, from your parents' money, they were not mandatory Hajjs for you. They were, you can say, nafil Hajj for you, voluntary Hajj for you. But when you have your own money, then Hajj becomes farz on you, becomes mandatory on you. Make sense? How many of you would love to go for Hajj? Yes? How many of you are looking forward to go for Hajj? It's like a best vacation for Allah ever. It is. It's not hard for youth. It's not hard for young people. Even if you're 40, 45, it's not hard for you. It's hard for older people, elderly people. But then they love it too. You will always find elderly people enjoying them. Alhamdulillah. And maybe it's not their first Hajj, it's like their 30th Hajj, 40th Hajj, subhanAllah. But we should not delay our mandatory Hajj till the last day, all right? Because you never know if you're going to survive or not, if you're going to live for that long or not. And this is a beautiful map of Hajj. And I really, really love it, the way it is made, subhanAllah. So I'm going to show you some steps of the Hajj, because we're talking about that. For Hajj, there are some restrictions, and there's a dress code, which makes it special. Especially for brothers, it's a special dress code. For sisters, they can wear anything to cover themselves. There is a starting point of Hajj, which is far away from Makkah. And then we reach Makkah, and the starting point is different for everyone. It depends on which country you're coming from. right? So some people, they will have to have starting point in their plane. So we need to know when it is when we go for Hajj. So step 1 is the starting point, miqat. Step 2 is when we reach Makkah, okay, and then we perform our tawaf and sa'i. Sa'i is between two mountains, Safa and Marwa. Then we go to another location, which is Mina, which is like all tents. It's like a tent city, beautiful city. Let me take you back there. So can you find the tent city here? It's called Mina, right here, white tents, right? Right here. Very, very, like, it's like a very adventurous type of journey, subhanAllah. So after Mina, you go to Mount Arafah, right? And then stand here and make dua. It's the day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives everyone. Whoever reaches Arafah is forgiven. It's that great, alhamdulillah. And then we come back to Muzdalifah. It's again an area, they don't really have tents. It's usually open air, all right? So I don't know why they have made tents here. Maybe it's for special people. But anyways, here you just, sleep. That's it. Muzdalifah is like open air sleeping area. So there's no roof on you, and you're just sleeping in, you can say, a deserted land, but everyone's there now, so it's not deserted anymore. And then after that, you come back to Mina, and you go to those 3 pillars where Shaitan, he made Ibrahim alayhi salam think twice about sacrificing for Allah, right? So he did not listen to them. So we also follow Ibrahim alayhi salam's tradition here. And then we come back to Makkah, and that's pretty much it. So it doesn't really take a lot of days. Even if you just have 1 week free in your life, take out that 1 week free around the Hajj time and go for Hajj, inshallah. All right, some cool facts about Surah Al-Hajj. It's a partial Makki and a partial Madani surah. First surah, we are covering like this, because every surah before Surah Al-Hajj was either Makki or Madani. This is partial Makki, partial Madani. What does it mean? Few ayahs were revealed in Makkah, few ayahs were revealed in Medina. It was named after a pillar of Islam. So Hajj is a mandatory pillar of Islam, and it also talks about sacrifice. It talks about true believers and marginal believers. What does that mean by marginal believers? Sometimes they're Muslims, sometimes they're almost at the edge. Then they become better Muslims, then they go back to the edge. So they're like swaying between good Muslims and not so good Muslims and not so good Muslims. So may Allah protect us from that. And may Allah make us true, real believers. Ameen. Say Ameen. And also in the surah, we learn about the respect of the symbols of Allah. Let's look at the first verse, very powerful. Even though we're talking about Hajj, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling everyone, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, be it a believer, a disbeliever, atheist, or no matter who. O mankind, all human beings, listen. Fear your Lord. Indeed, the convulsion of the final hour is a terrible thing. Mega quake, mega earthquake is hard. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning everyone. If you want to stay safe from this earthquake, which is mega quake, which is going to shake everything on this earth, then you have one tool to do that, and that is fear of Allah. So if you want to stay safe from the earthquake, which is of massive, massive size, which is going to turn everything upside down, which is going to finish this world, then you have to do a few things, and you have to actually do one thing, and that is fear of Allah. And alhamdulillah, I found a beautiful hadith which talks about safety on the day of judgment. We all are scared of this quake, right? We all are scared of the day of judgment. So how to stay safe and not be scared? So inshallah, there are 7 people. They will be in the shade of Allah on the day of judgment. They won't be scared. They'll be safe. You want to be among them? Yes or no? You want to be among them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's shade means all secure, no problems whatsoever. Alhamdulillah, may Allah make us among them. Don't say no. All of you should say yes. So at least angels, they write it for you that you wanted good. Because if we don't say something nice, it is also recorded. So we want to be among the people who are under the shade of Allah. May Allah make us among them. Ameen. All right. So let's see. Who are they? First, a just ruler. What does it mean by a just ruler? When you are a leader and you are just. You don't do favors to your favorite people. You don't become, those people who are not fair and they give rights to their family more than they deserve, and they don't give the rights of other people, okay? Or they care about their friends more and they don't care about others. So that's not being just. We have to be just. We need to see who deserves what and deal with them accordingly. So a just ruler, not an easy thing in this world, but a just ruler will be in the shade of Allah. So that's a motivation for us. Second is a youth who grew up worshiping Allah. So you all can be that. You all are young. If you all stay good now, you will be under the shade of Allah. Such a great hadith for all of us, especially all of you. You guys are young. So if you're going to live a righteous life, you're guaranteed safety. Happy now? Yes? Alhamdulillah. It's not hard. Just pray 5 times a day. Go for Hajj whenever you have enough means. Fast every Ramadan. And be a nice, good gentleman or gentle girl. I don't know, gentlewoman. Okay? Be a nice and caring person. Third is a person whose heart is attached to the mosques. So you feel like going to masjid. Why? Not because they get free food from there. You feel like going to the masjid because you want to pray more. You want to recite Qur'an more because you feel peace there. You sit there for hours and you ponder and reflect and you memorize Qur'an. So that is the person we should be. So any one of them, it's not that you have to be all of them. If you can be all of them, amazing. Any one of them would do. Fourth is 2 people who love each other for the sake of Allah, and they meet and depart for the sake of Allah. Subhanallah. So you just love someone, not because they're rich, not that because they're beautiful, not because they give you gifts. You love them just because of their deen. Like, they must be some scholar. You love them, and you listen to their lectures. Not that you know them personally, not that they know you personally. You just enjoy their lectures and you love them. Why? Because they love Allah. And because they help you connect with Allah. So this is love for Allah. This is beautiful. So anyone we love for Allah, or maybe you have a friend like that. Every time you meet your friend makes you do something nice. Every time you meet your friend tells you, those people are suffering, those Muslims are suffering. How about we do something for them? How about we collect donations for them? So that is something nice. And this love is not for each other. This love is for love of humanity. And why do we love humanity? Because Allah told us to love humanity. All right? And sometimes when you meet some of your friends and your friends tell you, okay, how about we give it a try and try to memorize one more surah this Ramadan? And you were not, planning to memorize one, but just because your friend recommended, you're memorizing, so you are loving each other for sake of Allah. That's a good friendship. And fifth is a man who rejects a haram act, okay? So when someone calls this person to do something haram, a man or a woman, then they say, no, I can't do haram action because I fear Allah. And sixth is a person who secretly spends in charity. Secretly, not even telling no one. And some people, they have this habit of keep on telling people, I gave $10 donation, I gave $100 donation, I gave $200 donation. These days, you don't have to say it. These days, when you give donation on Facebook, or when you give donation on Launch Good or Pious, there's a website to give donations there as well. So they give you an option to either hide your identity or let your name shine, right? So what should you pick? Let me ask. If you give a donation online and they give you an option, which option should you pick? Let's see, Mariam Rahman.
You should pick that you you shouldn't show it off, like you should hide your name.
Exactly. If they give you the option, very good, Mariam. If they give you the option that you can hide your identity or you have to reveal it, right? So then pick that you have to hide your identity. And alhamdulillah, many websites, they give you the option. You don't have to make a show out of your donation, your charity. And seventh is a person who remembered Allah in private and he cried. Did you ever do that? Sometimes we cry because we are worried about our situation. We cry because we don't have money. We cry because we don't have good grades. We're not talking about that here. We're talking about crying over our sins. That, oh Allah, I'm sorry. You are so good. You have given me so much, but I'm not good. I'm keep slipping. I'm keep doing the wrong thing. Oh Allah, please forgive me. And you know, because of that, if you cry, you're safe. You're going to be under the shade of Allah. You know, all of these 7 categories, they're not hard. They're not, right? What do you guys think? Are they hard? Not at all. We can easily do all of them. Alhamdulillah. All right, so alhamdulillah, we're done with today's session. Jazakumullah khairan this year for paying attention. May Allah save us all on the day of judgment. May Allah protect us and give us His shade on the day of judgment. And may Allah enter us all in Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Jannatul Firdaus, so don't miss that session. We're going to talk about it. We're going to think about it. We're going to imagine Jannah tomorrow. Inshallah. May Allah enable us to do that. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We have arts and crafts today. So stay back. Sister Vidad is here and she has an amazing project for us. Let's see if I can find her. Okay, alhamdulillah.
My turn.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Sister Vidad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Maryam.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's good to have you here.
Jazakallah khair. I'm here now and I'll take over inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. I would like to welcome you all to our art session and Jazakallah khairan to Sister Maryam for such an informative session. Alhamdulillah. So I hope you all are ready. Now this project is very unique and I hope that you were able to prepare your materials. I think Sister Maryam had posted them up. And if you don't, that's okay as well. Inshallah, we will try our best to make it work with what we have, okay? So let's begin. So today's activity is very special and very unique, okay? Yes, mashallah, I know you love to do arts and crafts here. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna clear all of your drawings so that you can see the screen. So today, we're going to make something very, very special. Now, how many of you sometimes forget, how many rak'at to pray? Like, do we have to pray for sunnahs, for fard, or, what is it, for which salah? So inshallah, what we're going to do is we're going to make my salah mat. Okay, so this is going to be a DIY project where we have the names of our salah written down and we have, how many rak'at to perform. So if you see fajr, 2 sunnah, 2 fard, and this way you can actually use it as a bookmark if you need to. You can even hang it in your room if you want to. Wherever you need a reminder, you can do that. So if you have your materials ready, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, so these are the materials you'll need to use. You can actually use, you can be very creative in what you need to use for this. And it's a really fun project. If you already have the holes made from before, very nice, Brother Maz. I can see your paper right over there. That's very nice, mashallah. I'm gonna see if any of you, okay, some of you are going to get your materials, and that's perfectly fine, inshallah. Okay, so I will give you like a 30 seconds or so to get whatever you can. Okay, and you see this thread over here. Now this can be like anything. It could be, if you have some yarn, even if you don't have anything. Okay, Brother Maz, very nice. I see you have thread. So it can be anything. Like for me, I didn't have much because we're in quarantine, so we're not going out much. So I had a piece of rope and I just unraveled that rope. Okay, so it's very, very interesting. You can be very creative with what you can use. So if you have your materials, inshallah, you can give me a thumbs up or you can show me, okay, very nice, Sister Fatima, I can see you have your paper ready. And what we're going to do is the first step to make our salah mat is we're going to measure something. You can measure how many dots you want to put. For example, here, if you notice, I am using, I would say like half an inch each, like my spaces are half an inch. So I started marking with that. So I just put a dot. You don't have to measure it. You can just even put down how many dots you want. You can put down 3 or 4 or 5, but give it enough space. So what I did was I did measure mine out and then I put the dots according to that. Okay, so if you are able to do that, that's great. So quickly, inshallah, go ahead and do that on both sides. Okay, you're gonna do it on one side and then the other side as well. Okay, so I'm just going to let you all do that. Oh, very nice, Sister Maria. Oh my goodness, mashallah, you are already set with your dots. I mean, your holes in there in the paper. Very nice, Sister Yusra. And if you already know what we're about to do, you can start going to the next step. Sister Maria, I can see that. Very nice. Okay, so if you already have this step down, that's great. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is able to be on the same page. So once you're done with your dots, what you want to start doing is start poking holes into those dots that you made. Okay, you can use a pencil. Here, I have this very large push pin. I haven't been able to use it until today, so I was very happy to finally be able to use it. Now, if you don't have a giant push pin, you can use a hole puncher. You can use your pencil to poke a hole. You can really use anything you, yes, very nice, Sister Aisha. You have a smaller one. So make sure the hole is large enough that your thread can go through. Okay, you want to just make it thick enough or big enough, the hole, that your thread can go right through. Okay, and be careful with this, like don't hurt your fingers. Okay, and if you already have your holes already made, you can actually start putting your thread in as well. So you can move ahead. Very nice, Sister Mazneen. I can see you're making your hole in your papers now. That's very good. Sister Kamila, I can see you're busy there. Very good, mashallah. I love seeing you all do your projects. It's really nice. Very nice, Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal, you can actually start putting through your threads. If you have your threads already, you can start putting them in now so that you can get like a little bit of a head start. Oh, wow. That's great. So you want to cut them into pieces first, and you can make them as long as you want. It's completely up to you. So maybe you want like really long, like tassels. I kept mine like okay, like not too small, not too long, just kind of like in the middle. It's completely up to you. Okay, perfect. So you should have something that looks like this. It doesn't have to be super neat as long as you're able to put your thread through or your yarn, whatever you're using for today. Okay. Okay, that's wonderful, mashallah. Very nice, Sister Shifa. I love the color. Okay, so as you are already working on your, you're poking through your holes, you can keep working on that. And then for those of you who have already made, your holes already in your paper, that is great. You should have something that looks like this. So you have holes poked on the top of your paper and at the bottom. Brother Omar, are you okay? You're already, okay, I think you're already probably ready with this stuff, right? So this is what it should look like before. Now, some of you I see have already done up until here, which is amazing. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and do our next step. And again, if you are catching up with us, that is fine. Okay, that is absolutely fine. And notice I'm now I'm ready to put my, again, my yarn or my thread, whatever it is that I'm using for today. Okay, it is completely up to you. Brother Arham, how are you doing? You're okay? Brother Arham, you're coming in and out from your background. Sister Aisha, that's great. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to use one little piece of thread per, you can say per hole. Okay, so it should look something like this. So notice how I have actually tied one at a time. Okay, so I'm not going to weave through them. I'm going to put one around and then I'm going to tie it at the top over here. So then I kind of tied a knot here, one at a time. So I will cut whatever excess I have, and then I have one at a time. So put one thread in at a time. Don't put in like, you're not like really sewing. Okay, this is just to get the effect of like a salah mat, how you would have our salah prayer mat. Okay. Okay, perfect. So then, and inshallah, I'm just gonna wait for all of you to catch up. So this is what it kind of looks like once it's done. If you notice, I have put in like one little strand at a time, and then through at the top, I have put in a knot. I have tied a knot at the top. And for me, I had to double my knots because my thread was very thick. Like it was very hard to kind of work with a little bit. So I had to double tie it so that way it won't unravel. Now, if you're struggling with this stuff, you can definitely ask for some help from your older siblings, or you can ask your mom or dad if they're free, but don't bother them. If they're working, please do not bother them, okay? You can always do it with them later, okay? So this is what it should look like over here. And I will give you some time. So and if you are done, oh, very nice, Sister Rania. That's actually quite very, yeah, that's really great. Yeah. Okay, so I think that you're not Rania, right? It's probably your mom's name or someone's name. So that's great. I like your thread, mashallah. Very nice. So you all are very busy, very nice. So yeah, make sure you're cutting one thread at a time and then tying them around in the holes that you poke through. And if your hole, the hole that you made is too small, you can actually use your pencil and to make it a little bit larger so that you can, you know, put your thread through that hole. Very nice, Sister Adan. That's very nice, mashallah. Very nice, Sister Fatima. You're on this, on the, you know, you're poking holes in your paper. Very nice. Oh, I like that, Sister Zain. Very nice. And if you have a hole puncher, it just makes things very easy. But, you know, again, I didn't have a hole puncher. And so I had to be creative, okay, with what I needed to do. Very nice, Jannah. Very nice, mashallah. I like that. Very nice, mashallah. And Sister Wania. Wow, look at you. And all the brothers, and Brother Mustafa, Brother Abdullah. You're all busy there working away. I can't see the third name. So I'm not sure the name of your the third sibling here. Yes, yes. Who's that? So I'm unmuting you. What's your name?
What's your name? Muhammad.
Oh, Muhammad, Brother Muhammad. These are lovely names, mashallah. You all have very nice names. Okay, very nice. I'm just looking through how you all are doing. And again, this is going to take us a little bit of time because it does require you to put through one thread at a time and then, you know, tie the knot. And then what happened with me is that when I was done, I had like all these, you know, I had some of the threads were longer than the other ones. So then what I did was I did like a little bit of a hair cutting, okay, for them. And I gave it, you know, I cut all the way across so that they are more equal in length. Okay. Nice, mashallah. Very nice, Brother Zain. Just be careful with the scissors. Okay, everybody, just be very careful with your hands and everything. Mashallah, I know you're old enough. Everybody's old enough to handle scissors and everything. But if you have a younger sibling and they're trying, just make sure that they are being careful. Oh, very nice, Sister Anaya. Okay, Sister Hua, mashallah, that's, you're working away. Sister Sharifa, you have a question? Yes, go ahead. Sister Sharifa, go ahead. You have, wa alaikum assalam.
My mom lost your email, so can you send me another one of your email?
Okay,
so then I can send you my drawing.
I'm sorry?
So then I can send you my drawing.
Oh, okay. How about this? I'll inshallah put my email address at the end, inshallah. Okay, so then you can send it there. Perfect. Jazakallah khairan. Okay, Sister Sharifa. Okay, how's it going, everybody? You're all working away? Very nice, Sister Fatima. This is the most fun part, to be honest. Take your time, no rushing. And even if you are not able to finish and we are, you know, completing our time, you can always go back and finish it. Sister Fatima, I see you're putting in your threads. That's so nice. Brother Abdullah, how about you? Let's see your progress. Sister Hadia, very nice, Sister Hadia. Sister Samina. Okay, I see some of you are raising your hands as well. Let me just see if there's any questions. Okay, yes, Sister Huda, you had a question? Okay, let me see. Yeah, there you are. Yes, Sister Huda. Okay, I'm not sure if you're there. How about I clear? If anybody has any questions, then you can let me know, inshallah. Okay, yes, Sister Huda, go ahead. Oh my goodness.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, so if you can you add you have to add the threads?
Okay, so if you, let's say you don't have the threads, what you can do is, if you have scissors, you can just cut the paper on the top and it can give the effect of like, you know, thread with just the paper.
Thanks.
Okay, does that sound good? So yes, that's a great question. What happens if you don't have thread, right? And I was supposed to tell you that, but I forgot. So what you can do is, let's say you don't have threads or you're not able to poke holes, you can just cut, you can just cut on the top of your piece of paper, just the same amount of length as you can see over here. And then it will be like little fringe that you can have with just the paper. And it can give the effect of the thread, okay? So I hope that helps. Brother Abir, do you have a question?
Yes. Is it okay if I just do this?
Okay, I think you're showing me something and I'm not able to see your video. So can you explain to me what are you showing me? Because
So
I
I have
can't
a
see
hole puncher and I only poked one hole. So is it okay if I do that?
Sure, but then why don't you add more holes to that?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yes, Sister Yusra, you have a question? Yes.
Do we get it right on the prayer mat?
I'm sorry?
Do we have to write on it?
Yes. Oh, look at that. You're done.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we're going to write on that very soon. Okay, I'm just waiting for our friends to kind of do a little bit of their thread work. And then once everybody's a little bit, at least done one side. Even if you're done one side, that would be great. Okay. Okay, I see Brother Bilal, you have a question. Oh, very nice, Sister Safa. Yes, that's wonderful, Sister Safa. So I see you were very creative. You used your paper as a thread. Wow, to give that effect. Yes, who is next? Who has a question? Trying to see, Sister Jannah.
Sister Vidal, it seems like Sister Jannah has a question.
Yes, go ahead, Jannah.
Do you do both sides?
Yes, we will do the both sides. Okay, so it should look something like this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see whether Ashrafuddin, you have a question or comment. Okay, I'm unmuting you, so if you are able to unmute yourself, please go ahead.
Is it okay if you use white string?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It'll be very nice because once you color in your prayer mat, the salah mat, then you can, the white will actually stand out. So that's perfectly fine, whatever you have, okay? Mace, do you have something to say?
Yeah. So basically, I'm like a bit behind. I'm still on my second thread. But I was wondering if like you put like the thread through like this and then like you tie it from the top here.
Okay, Mace, I can't see your video. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, it's just like, you know how you tie your shoelaces, right? So you're gonna tie it right on the top. So you're gonna put it right through the hole, and then on the top here, you will just tie it together. Okay. And you can be creative, like it can be any way you like. Okay. This is just an idea here. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same way. Yes, Brother Baz?
Can you see my video?
Brother Baz, I can see it, inshallah, eventually. Let me see if I can see where you are. Sister Mavish, very nice, mashallah. I'm just gonna come, Brother Maz, I'm gonna see if I can find your video.
I actually made a lot of mistakes. So.
Oh, what's your mistake? What happened?
Like two holes together.
Okay, I'm trying to find your video. I can't find it right now. But Brother Maz, don't worry about it, okay? Just try to make the best of it. And if you want to redo it, you can do it. If you don't want to redo it, you just make it work. Like look at Brother Mustafa. He has made something very interesting. He just drew on the threads, which is very interesting. And if I see your video, inshallah, I will let you know of your work. Okay, for now, I can't find your video, subhanAllah.
Brother Maz, it looks fine. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
I think Sister Vidal, I think just go back to the main page on the videos. I think he's the second one on the list.
Okay.
This is how I see him. I don't know. I think you just have to scroll back and forth. And he's in the first one.
Oh, he's in the first group.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. Oh, yes. Okay, now I see it. Brother Maz, that's fine. That actually looks really interesting. I see it. Yes. Jazakallah khair, Sister Maryam. That looks really nice, actually. Okay. Again, as I said, there's no wrong way of doing this. Okay. Anything that is that you do is just different, right? There's nothing, no mistakes. Very nice, mashallah. So if you are kind of done with your part of the, with the holes and with the threads, and even if you're not fully done, that's okay. You can actually start writing down the names of the 5 salahs, right? This is 5 salah that we perform daily as Muslims. So now notice that these are in Arabic, okay? Because maybe you're used to seeing them in English, and I thought it would be very interesting to look at the Arabic of these salahs, right? So if you notice, the first one is Fajr. So that is Fa, Jim, Ra. Okay, so you will start with writing the Fa, and you can make a title. Now this, it can be any way you like, okay? You can make bubble writing, you can make it cursive. It's completely up to you. And then when you're writing the Arabic, you can use different colors. Here, if you notice in my original, my own project, I didn't do this. But if you want, you can use different colors for each salah, okay? So Fajr, if you notice, I've used green color. No reason, just for fun. And here it's Fa, and then the Jim, and then the Ra. So just 3 letters that you're connecting together, okay? And then if you notice Dhuhr, right? Dhuhr salah is what? Allah, Ha, and Ra. Just 3 letters. And the third one is Asr, right? Ain, Sad, and Ra. So very, very easy as well. Just 3 letters to write in Arabic. Wow, amazing. Very nice, Sister Sahad. It's coming along, your project. Okay, and again, you don't need to rush this. If you feel like you want to start writing and you want to do your threads after, you can do that as well. Very nice, Sister Iman. I like the colors. Sister Wania. Very nice, Sister Ashfa. I love the way you use the paper to make the thread. Sister Safa, very nice. You can start writing now. And then we have Maghrib. Okay, Maghrib, if you notice, there's actually more than 3 letters. There's 4 letters. Okay, Mim, Ghain, Ra, and Ba. So you can start writing that one down. And then we have Aisha. Okay, Aisha is from Ain. Okay, it starts with an Ain, Sheen, Alif, and then we have the Hamza. Okay, so this is actually a Hamza here at the end, and Ain in the beginning. So whenever you're ready, you can start writing them down. Very nice, Sister Homa. I like that, mashallah. Very nice. And you're not putting the title? You don't want to put in the title? That's okay. You don't have to. But if you want, then you'll know that this is your salah mat. Sister Afia, you have a question? Or you just want to show your work? Okay, Sister Afia, are you writing? Why did you start writing now? Okay, you can start writing. Yes.
My name is actually Afia. Afia is my mom's name. My name is actually Arfa.
Your name is what? Sorry? Afa?
Arfa.
Oh, Arfa. Okay, nice. Nice, mashallah. Very nice. Okay, that's good to know because I see you all the time, mashallah. So it's good to know your name. Sister Huma, yes, you have a question or a comment?
So then do we have to write my salama if we want to? Do we have to write it at the top or can we even write it at the bottom?
You can write it anywhere. And even if you don't want to write it, that's fine. It's not a problem. Okay. Inshallah, it's completely up to you. Okay. Okay, very nice. Okay, next, very nice, Sister Mariam, you're ready to write. Very nice. Okay, so ready? Are you all set? You can go ahead. Brother Muhammad, do you have a question or comment? Yes.
I just wanted to show my work.
Very nice. Can you show it up a little bit more closer to your camera? Oh, wow. Very nice, mashallah, Brother Muhammad. Excellent. Very nice, mashallah. Barakallah feek. Okay, so once you are done this, once you're writing, and again, if you are on the previous steps, that's completely fine. Very nice, Sister Arwa. I love you wrote in cursive. Very nice, mashallah. I love it. Okay, so once you have, started writing, that's okay. I want to give like a little bit of a head start to the people who have already written the Arabic down, okay? So now what we're doing here, on the left side, you will know how many rak'ah you have to perform for, let's say, Fajr Salah. You're going to perform 2 sunnahs, 2 rak'ah, that is a sunnah. And then after that, you would perform 2 rak'ah, that is fard, okay? It's mandatory. So for Fajr, we have to perform 2 rak'ah fard salah, and before that, it is 2 sunnahs. Okay, this is the sunnah that the Prophet ﷺ would perform very regularly. Okay, and then if you notice, I use the green. so that I know that, okay, this kind of belongs to Fajr over here. And then for Dhuhr, if you see, I have 4 sunnah. Okay, so the Prophet ﷺ would perform these very regularly, these sunnahs. And then 4 rak'ah, sorry. And then after that, it would be 4 fard, right? These are the mandatory. You have to perform these. Okay, it is obligatory for everybody to perform these 4 minimum. Okay, and then after that, it is 2 sunnahs. Okay, 2 rak'ah, that is for sunnah salah. Okay, and that is all for Dhuhr. And then for Asr, you'll see that it is 4 fard. Okay, so it is 4 rak'ah that you have to perform. And if you want, you can actually write that down, 4 rak'ah or 4 units. I didn't write it. I just kind of assumed that you would know what is being meant here. But if you want to make it more clear, you can write that down. Okay, for Maghrib Salah, it is going to be 3 rak'ah that is fard. Okay, and then after that, so this is again, fard means mandatory. You have to perform the 3. And then after that, it is 2 sunnahs. These are 2 units of prayer that the Prophet ﷺ would perform very regularly as well. Okay, and the last one is Aisha, and that is 4 units of mandatory salat. Like that is, you have to perform that for Aisha. Okay, and then after the 4 for the obligatory units, he would perform 2 units that were sunnah, that he would regularly pray. Okay, but it's not mandatory, but he would always perform these. Okay, he would mostly perform these. So I hope that it is very clear for everybody. So anytime you get confused on, okay, which salah do I have to, how many units do I have to perform for which salah, you can always look at this and you'll know, oh, there we go, that is what we have to do. Okay, so you will be independent. You can now perform your own, you'll know exactly how many to perform, inshallah. Okay, very nice, Sister Homa, mashallah, that was quick. And if you notice, I had also, I think I forgot to mention this, but you probably were able to see it. I had actually made lines here as well for myself so that I could actually write on them. I actually forgot to mention that step, but I think you were all able to see those lines. They were very light lines so that you can see that I use them as my guide to write my my salah names down and their units, how many units to perform. Okay, so I see a lot of busy people here, mashallah. Sister Hawa, do you have a question? I see your hand raised. Yes.
Yes. My question is, when we
Sorry, do you have a question, Sister Hawa?
Yes. Can't we do the in Maghrib? Can't we do the Sunnah before the Fard?
Usually, this is how the Prophet ﷺ would perform it. So that is actually, this is based on a hadith as well, that he would do 2 sunnahs after. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, inshallah. So this, if there's any confusion, but yes, there are. Now these are again, these are the sunnahs that he would regularly perform. Okay, these are the units that he would regularly perform. There's some salahs that he did sometimes here, but not as regularly. Okay, so maybe that's the one that you're referring to. So these ones, the ones that I have mentioned here, are the ones that he would regularly perform. Okay, I hope that kind of clarifies some things. Okay, mashallah, you all are doing great. And then let's say that you have everything done. Okay, you are all set, right? Let's say you have finished everything. Then it is time to decorate. This is where you get to be very, very creative. Okay, now if you notice in my work, I actually made like a little arch and I use paints to finish my work. You can make a square, you can decorate it as you like. It's completely your choice on how you want to decorate it. So here, if you notice, I actually use the computer, my own, little creation here, but it is completely up to you how you want to decorate it. You can put an outline and then color it. You can use paints, you can use crayons, you can use pencil crayons, you can use markers. It is completely up to you how you want to embellish your salah mat. Okay. Now the question is, can you use this as a salah mat? Can you use this as a prayer mat? Okay, no, don't use it as a prayer mat. Okay, this is only, you can use it as a bookmark. You can put it up on your wall just for a reminder, but you wouldn't really use it as a prayer mat, okay, to perform your salah on, because very distracting. Okay, so this is just more for you to remember how many units of prayer you want to perform for each of these 5 daily prayers that we do. Okay. Yes, Sister Amin, do you have a question? Yes, go ahead. Yep, I gave you the mic. That is very, there's some echo going on in the back. Not sure why. Okay, let me see if I can take some of your questions. Brother Ashrafuddin, I've listened to you. Sister Mahreen, yes. Sister Mahreen, go ahead.
Mahreen.
Do you have a question?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
it about? Are there any tajweed classes for yacht?
Are there any tajweed classes for?
Me?
For you, like your age?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. You'll have to check our website. I don't think there's any ones for the little ones right now, but inshallah, maybe in the future we might be able to offer some. But for now, I can actually give you, if you can email me, inshallah, I can guide you. There are some classes that I can let you know about, okay? Okay, now here I will inshallah give you my email address for some of you who were asking. Okay, so that way you have my email address. Just give me a moment, please. alhuda.youthcourses@gmail.com. Okay, there you go. So some of you I know were asking email address. You want to email me your work. Please go ahead and do that here, inshallah. Okay. Let's see. Next question, Sister Rania. Go ahead, please. Sister Rania, go ahead, please. Okay, I don't think you.
Yes. Yes, teacher. Can I put the thread like this?
Okay,
And hang.
Again, Sister Rania, you can be as creative as you want.
Okay.
Okay, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. Okay, it's just yes, Sister Yusra, go ahead, please.
Can you can we make not an art class, but can we make a prayer? Can we make a prayer mat out of paper in real life?
Oh, okay, interesting. So why don't you try to make it out of fabric then?
No, like in paper.
In paper, the only thing with paper is that you would need very sturdy paper. Okay. And then, with the prayer mat, if you're actually making a real one, you'd want to make one that is very simple. So it's not very distracting. So notice how here we have like so much text here, writing. Imagine if you were praying on this, you would just be reading, right? So if you want to make a real, like one that you want to use for your prayer, then, try to make it as simple as possible so that you can concentrate on your prayer. Okay. But it's a nice idea. Okay. Yes, Brother Mustafa, are you done?
Yeah. I want to show my work.
Oh, very nice, mashallah, barakallah. Yes, I think I'm going to ask you all, because I think some of you are done. So I can ask some of you to show me your work, inshallah. Okay. Okay, so is everybody ready to show me their work? Okay, and again, even if you're not done, you can still show me what you have done, okay, so far. So notice how I actually didn't use different colors. I just used the same colors. I just wanted to keep it very simple for mine. And I'm actually probably going to use mine as a bookmark. Okay. So I'm excited to see what you all are going to use yours for. So maybe when you send me a picture of your work, you can actually show me what you did with it. Did you use it as a bookmark, or did you use it as a, just give me a moment. I'm trying to see how I would show all your work. Okay, I'm gonna need Sister Maryam. I'm not sure, Sister Maryam. Sister Maryam, are you here? Okay, I don't think she's here, but I'm gonna try my best to see how I can
Assalamu alaikum
Oh,
wa
okay.
rahmatullah. I'm here. I'm
Jazakallah
enjoying
khairan,
every
Sister
project. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Okay, I got it, Sister Mariam. I think I was not closing my presentation.
Perfect.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Okay, okay, inshallah. So now I would love to see everyone's project. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3. So if you can all have your work up, I would love to go through everyone's. Wow, mashallah, Sister Inai, that's beautiful. Sister Fatima, barakallah feek. Sister Sahar, I would love to see your work. Very nice. Sister Manal is getting the finishing touches there. Excellent. MashaAllah, barakallah feek. Feekum, mashallah. Very nice. Excellent. These are beautiful, mashallah. You always, everybody always surprise me. Everyone surprises me with their amazing work. So, Brother Farhan, that is beautiful coloring. Very, very nice, mashallah. Excellent. Brother Arham, always doing amazing work, everyone. Brother Ibrahim, that's beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. The purples, I love that. Sister Khadija, I think that's not you, but that's the name you have there. Sister Uzma, HS, very nice, mashallah. Sister Ramla, very, very nice, mashallah. Beautiful. Yes, you have Brother Hassan. Sister Mahnoor. Brother Arham. Sister Marwa. Oh my God, Sister Marwa, that is so adorable, mashallah. Very, very nice. Sister Haya. Sister Brother Abdul Rahman. Wow, look at your work, mashallah. So now let's say if you wanted to hang this, okay, so what will you do? Okay, if anybody wants to hang their work, with the string that you have used to make the little tassels, you can just cut out a longer string and then put it one side and then attach it to the other, so you have like a little hanging thing that you made, and that would be wonderful. Sister Alina, that looks beautiful. That looks like an actual prayer mat. MashaAllah, that's really, really amazing. I'm really amazed at everyone's work. Sister Khadija, that looks beautiful. MashaAllah. Sister Manal, I love how you've used paper. Is that right? Or is that ribbon? What have you used? Let's bring it closer. Or are they actually threads? Oh, you've used paper. Wow, look at that, mashallah. That is very, very creative. I love everyone's creativity. Sister Iman, mashallah, that is very nice. Sister Fatima. Okay, I'm just going through everyone's work and I'm just amazed at everyone's work. I guess Sister Samiha, you have a question? Yes, go ahead, please. You can, okay, I don't think I can hear you.
Can we use decorative paint also?
Can we do what? Sorry?
Can we also use decorative paint?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That would be so nice. Your question, Sister Samia's question is, can we use decorative tape? Yes. You can decorate it as you like, okay? Brother Muhammad, that's very nice. I see you also made an arch. That looks really nice. Sister Arwa, very nice, mashallah, beautiful. Beautiful work. Sister Bidish is still doing her threads, I think. Sister, okay, sister, you have a sister here. Yes, go ahead, Abdul Rahman. Yes, go ahead. You have the mic, or yeah.
So, I did it like this. So,
Yeah.
So can I use tape?
Absolutely, yes. That's
And
a great
by the way,
idea.
I'm Abdurrahman's sister right now. Abdurrahman wanna do the project.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, absolutely. You can use tape as well. If you don't have thread to hang it on your wall, you can use tape to put it up.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, very nice, Sister Mawish. Very nice, Sister Homa. I love the threads, mashallah. And who do we have here? Brother Muhammad? Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to show my sisters too.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Can you bring it a little bit closer to the camera so we can all see it better? Very nice, mashallah. Very, very nice coloring. Beautiful, mashallah. Oh, and we have 3 brothers. Yes. Let's see your work, mashallah. Okay. So Brother Mustafa, Brother Abdullah, and Brother Muhammad. Go ahead. You can show me your work, all 3 of you. Wow, very nice. And how old are all 3 of you?
I'm 6.
You're 6, mashallah. And how about Brother Abdullah? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 12.
Okay, you're 12. And how about Brother Mustafa?
I'm 9.
Oh, you're 9. Okay, nice. So 12, 9, and 6. Wow, mashallah. Barakallah. Very nice. Okay, let's see, Sister Homa. I love your work, mashallah. Very nice. And Sister Afia. Brother Arham, very nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, and she has like an actual prayer mat here. Who's this? That's so nice, mashallah. Love this one. Barakallah, excellent. So great. So I think you still have some, some marking to do. That was wonderful. So jazakumullah khair, everybody. I think we can stop here. And I hope you really enjoyed the project. I really enjoyed it personally myself when I was making it. And I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. And Sister Minna, that looks wonderful, mashallah. Beautiful. That actually looks like a real prayer mat. So, oh, mashallah. Very nice. Excellent, mashallah. So we have some people showing their work. Very, very nice, mashallah. So jazakumullah khair, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I will see all of you on Monday again. Okay, so I hope you all are excited for the next project. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow for another amazing class with Sister Maryam and a dua as well, right? We learned du'as as well. So barakallah fikum. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. See you all tomorrow, inshallah.